Well, good morning. This is take two of my live video this morning. We had some technical difficulties. So if you are joining me live, I would love to know if you can hear me. I've tested my mic. We should be good, but let me know if you get on this and you don't hear me or if you do hear me. So that said, I'm going to try to share this to my personal page just so we can see if we can get a few more people to join us. Let's see. Every time I get on here, they change how we do this. So isn't that fun? Okay, we'll just do it without the text. All right, so anyway, sorry about the technical difficulties. That's entrepreneurship, and we go with the flow, right? So good morning, friends. Thank you for joining me here. It is good to be here. I delivered this whole talk earlier at 9 a.m. and then discovered that there was no sound. So we're gonna try this again. My name is Tiffany Huckelman, and I am the founder of Lone Orange, and we help small business owners like you create an amazing client experience so that you can have the impact that you want to have in the world. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is your impact? Have you ever thought about the impact that you want to have? The impact that you want to have in the world, for your clients, as a business? I'm going to assume that as a business owner, the answer is probably yes. Even if you haven't thought about it in these terms, you've thought about what you want to do with your business and why you even want to have a business. That's the impact that you're going to have. If you're not a business owner, or even if you are and just haven't thought about it in these terms, the earliest time that we've probably had this thought is when, as a kid, you were asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? That was a question about what's the impact you want to have in the world. Of course, we don't think about it like that. We think about just trying to get the kids to think about goals in the future and that's what to work towards. But really, it's what's that impact. When I was in first grade, I wrote, we'll call it a paper. In first grade, I think it was what, 3 or 4 sentences. But I wrote a paper to answer the question, what do I want to be when I grow up? And at that point, I wanted to be a school bus driver. That was my big thing. And I had it listed out all the things I was going to do. I was going to have bags of candy for the good kids. I was going to send notes home with the bad kids. I had a whole list, a whole plan of how I was going to be a great school bus driver and have an impact on the kids that I was driving. And then the very last line, it says, if that didn't work out, I'd be a nurse. So I love that paper. I love that we still have it. I think it's a hilarious story. But it goes to show how we're thinking about the impact. Obviously, in my little 7-year-old brain, one of the people that was impacting me was my school bus driver. And I wanted to be like that person. I don't remember what kind of school bus driver it was or what kind of impact they had, but in my little world, that was an impact. And I wanted to help people. I wanted to be like that school bus driver. I wanted to help people, whether it be as a school bus driver or as a nurse. So even as entrepreneurs and as business owners, we're thinking about what kind of impact we want to make in the world. Another quick story, when I was in college, I went on a service project and we went to the Appalachian Mountains and we helped a family. We spent a week with a family and helped them. We put on siding and roofing and painted and did all kinds of things to kind of help their house get ready for winter because it was in pretty bad shape. So we were really helping them kind of get it ready for the winter. But there was a 12-year-old girl, and throughout the week, we kind of got to know the family pretty well. And I remember on the last day we were there, somebody in my group asked the 12-year-old girl, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I remember her kind of sitting back and thinking for a second and thought, well, I guess I could work at the McDonald's down the road. And I remember there was just kind of a stabbing pain in my heart, and it made me think, oh my gosh, to her, that's all there is. That is the impact, all the impact that she can see to have in the world. And looking back, that was a pivotal moment. I didn't know it at the time, and it took me a while to figure it out, but that was a pivotal moment in my life because it kind of set me on a journey to help people recognize and cultivate their potential so they can discover ways to use their talents and impact the world. And that has been my life's mission, all set on track because of that Appalachian girl. And I think about her all the time, and I hope she has found her place in the world, and I hope she's making a great impact. So when you started your business, you had a dream. And again, maybe you weren't even thinking about it in terms of this. But when you started that business, you had an idea about why you were starting this business. I would love for you, those who are watching live, or if you watch later, put in the comments why you started the business that you started. What was your dream? What were you thinking about? What was the impact that you were thinking about when you started that business? Did you want to help people? Did you want to solve a problem? Did you want to change the world? Did you want to just have freedom for yourself, for your family? Did you want to have financial stability for you and your family? Did you just want to use your expertise and knowledge and passion? Did you have a hobby that you just wanted to turn into a business? What was it? What was the impetus? What was the catalyst behind you starting your business? And what was that dream? That's the impact that you dreamed about having in this world. So now that you're running your business, are you having the impact that you dreamed about? So back in the beginning, here's where you were. Maybe that has evolved, which that's totally get that. But are you having the impact right now that you want to have with your business? And how do you know? Do you feel kind of discombobulated when you're talking about your business, when you're figuring out how to grow your business, when you're talking about what you do? Do you feel like you're spinning your wheels a lot? Do you feel like you're expending a ton of energy without the results that you were hoping to get? I want to share with you an analogy by the preacher T.D. Jakes. And I heard this analogy and I thought this is perfect for what we're talking about. So it's October 3rd here in St. Louis. We're finally going to get some fall weather today, and the cold weather's coming. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the cold weather's coming. And there's going to come a day when you're going to walk into your house, you're freezing, your house is cold, the temperature's not where you want it to be, and you're going to be tempted, or maybe you do, or maybe you know somebody who does, to go to the thermostat and kick the heat way up with the hope that the heat's going to that the house is going to warm up fast. But in reality, so you're asking the heater to work a lot with the hope that it's going to heat up fast and you're going to get warmer. But in reality, the thermostat doesn't control how fast the house warms up. But all the thermostat does is measures the impact that the heater is having. All the thermostat does is say, this is where our goal is. This 70 degrees or 73 or wherever you set it at degrees is what our goal is, and I'm going to tell you when we get there, and motor when you can shut off and take a rest. So the same thing goes for us. What's our impact? Do we know what our impact is? Do we know when we get there? Do we know when we're having that impact? Or are we spinning our wheels trying to do things faster, do things not focused on going to on hitting our impact? What's our thermostat for our business to know if we're having that impact? Now, for a lot of small business owners, especially when we're solopreneurs and just starting out, or maybe even after you've been in it for a couple of years, it can be very confusing or hard to figure this stuff out. But I will tell you that the impact is a combination, is an alignment of your clarity and understanding who you are and the impact you want to have, and your goals and your planning to reach that, to have that impact. And that's really important, that the amount of impact you can have is directly related to that clarity in your goals. Let me say that again. The amount of impact you have is directly related to your clarity and goals. So let's talk about that. Let's dig into that a little bit and see if I can help you kind of get some of this clear if you need it. First of all, getting clear on who you are. And for solopreneurs, I want to just point this out. For solopreneurs, our business is who we are, right? So I want you to think about that, because your business reflects you, but your business is also separate from you. So who you are as a business, what's your purpose? What are the values that you have? What's your company personality? What makes you special and different? And all of those wrapped up, what's your brand identity? So getting really clear on that so that you're confident in being able to talk about that. And then once you've got that figured out, then figure out who that ideal client is. An ideal client, in case you were wondering, is not just somebody who will pay you. That's important, but an ideal client is the type of person that you can actually help the best. The person that you love helping, that they love you, and they're willing to pay you for it. That's an ideal client. So getting really clear on what that ideal client is, figuring out how to communicate to them, and then taking all of that and formulating your goals from that. And thinking about that impact that you want to have with this brand identity and setting out goals and strategies and tactics on how to reach that. That's how you're going to make your thermostat, your impact, actually measure what you're doing and measure the impact. And that's going to keep you from veering off course, off spinning your wheels, off expending energy, going after things that aren't going to get you to your goal and to your impact. And that's critical. Because when you think about it, if you're spending energy going down one path and it's not the impact that you are meant to have, you're starving the purpose that you do have, the impact that you should be making. So it's really important to think about that and think about it often. Like, this isn't a one-time deal. This is something you have to keep revisiting and thinking about and making sure that your goals are on track. So to get there, again, just to reiterate this, because I think this is so important, to get to this point where you are confident that your impact is headed in the right direction, getting clear on who you are and setting those goals, getting really clear on what your brand identity, your essence, your business, the soul of your business is, your ideal client, how to communicate to them, what those strategies are, and then what are those goals and to get there, and what are the metrics that you're going to use to measure that you are getting there. And if any of this strikes a chord, some of this may sound completely overwhelming to some of you, and I totally get that because it's a lot. And it's important to realize, especially when you're new in business, that getting other people's insights into your business is super important. Even though this is the work that I do for people, I have to hire people to help me get clear on this, because it's too easy to get caught up in your own head. It's too easy to get stuck in places. So you need somebody to be able to hold up a mirror to you so that you can see it clearly for you, to pull out of you what is important and kind of distill it into what's most important. And that's the kind of work that I love to do with clients, because I can hear that passion and that impact, and we can distill it into what is most important. So if any of this is resonating with you or striking a chord with you, I would love to have a 30-minute conversation with you. Zero obligation, no hard sell. I just want to have a conversation with you to see where you're at with your business, where you want to go with your business, see if I can help you break through a couple things, and then see if it would be a right fit for you, for me to work with you, for us to work together, for us to collaborate and try to get further down the road and get you on track towards the goals and towards the impact that you want to make. There is a link in the description that leads you to my calendar that you can schedule that appointment, and I would really love to help you figure out if you're making that impact. All right, so I'm now just now seeing comments. So I want to welcome all those who are joining me live, and I would love, if you're on live, I would love for you to type in the comments. What were you dreaming about when you started your business? When you said, I'm going to do this as a business, what were you dreaming about? Hello, Elizabeth. Oh, it's good to see you here. Hi, Abby. Good to see you here. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, thanks, Abby. Thanks. Yeah, this is Pete, the Lone Orange. Abby says, love your Ninja Orange. This is Pete, the Lone Orange. He's my Lone Ranger. He's my sidekick, and the face of the Lone Orange. Abby says, I still don't know what I want to do when I grow up. I hear ya. You know, it's an amazing evolution, and I've been on this entrepreneurship journey for almost 10 years now. Holy cow. And it is not what I never could have dreamed about where I'm ended up. and it's been a roller coaster, and that's what the evolution is, the fun part of it. I love that part. I mean, I think it's interesting, and it's fun to be able to look back and see where we've come from. So even when I dreamed up starting a business, it didn't look anything like what I'm doing, but I always wanted to help people, and I always wanted to be able to help people recognize and cultivate that purpose. So that's what I'm doing now, which is awesome, because I've gotten clearer and clearer and more focused on that impact. All right, y'all, thank you so much for joining me. If you watched this live, please type replay in the comments. I'd love to know that you watched it, and let me know anything that you're getting out of this, any little tidbits that are helping you. If you've got any questions or thoughts about other topics, I'd love to hear that too. So until next time, have a stellar day. Bye.